Hi everyone, welcome to Farsight's ET News, the news show that tells you what the extraterrestrials are up to starting in January 2022. The ET news of what is going to happen, not what did happen. The start date for this forecast is the publication date, and the forecast is for 30 days from the publication date. This is an ET News forecast program that complements our human news forecast that is published at the end of each month. But this ET News forecast is published only on Farsight's video streaming service, farsightprime.com. Farsight's ET News is cutting edge, more than a bit controversial, and absolutely need to know. And it is what you need to know. I'm Princess Janae. So friends, something really big is going to happen at Farsight. We have a major program that will ramp up this summer of 2022, and you will hear more about that soon. But to begin the ramp up, in just about 2 weeks, we're going to start introducing some new content to you that will knock your socks off. In next month's intelligence briefing, Dr. Courtney Brown, our director, will be focusing on the Essassani in ways that you have never seen before.
And before I proceed, I just want to say that in terms of the noises, I'm hearing a lot of loud clanging noises. I'm hearing growling as well. So, and I'm also I was deducting the song, I think it's Be Prepared from Lion King, where Scar and the hyenas, and they're in this dark environment, and the hyenas are just marching in one direction. And that just reminded me a lot because it's quite dark, and also this kind of movement with their protruding faces.
Now, as many of you know, the Essassani are a product of genetic engineering between humans and the so-called Greys. And those are the ETs with those signature wraparound eyes. We have encountered many Greys and Essassani in our remote viewing activities at Farsight. If you have any preconceived ideas about the Essassani, good or bad, they're all probably very wrong. There is nothing simple about the Essassani. In fact, there is no such thing as one group of Essassani. The Essassani are really complicated and very, very interesting.
The icy topography, very just irregular, tall peaks, no subjects on the base surface. No subjects have been here for a little while. It's the only subjects that are here inside this non-surface structure, and they are destroying the surrounding area.
Well, we have some homework for you to do in preparation for the February 2022 intelligence briefing to help you understand what Dr. Brown will explain. We would like you to read a book by the academic named Dr. David M. Jacobs, a now retired university professor. Dr. Jacobs has written a number of books about what many call the UFO abduction phenomena, and he tends to focus on information retrieved from abductees through hypnosis. But one of his most recent books is what we want you to read right away. The book by Dr. Jacob is titled Walking Among Us. It was published in 2015, and you can buy it as a very inexpensive paperback on Amazon. Your homework is to read this book.
The other thing that I will note is that when I was doing movement exercises, I did get the feeling that there was more than one non-surface structure. Seems like that's quite obvious now because they're inside of a non-surface structure, and this is a non-surface structure that went.
You see, there are ways that the ETs use to get humans to forget their experiences when humans interact physically with extraterrestrials, especially during the so-called abductions. But these ways are sort of like hypnosis suggestions, more like encouragements to not remember things, not actual permanent memory blocks. So, under hypnosis, it is possible for trained researchers to help abductees remember the experiences. Well, Dr. Jacobs has written an extraordinarily well-researched book on the hybrid population of ETs that are involved in the abduction phenomena. He tends to focus on the negative aspect of those abductions, which means that he focuses on the group of hybrids that do the abductions. He calls these extraterrestrials hybrids, whereas we can more generally call them Essassani. Some equipment I'm feeling, something. It seems to like have left an imprint in the land. Whatever this is. A lot of energetics on top of where I am. Since he limits his research to those abduction issues, he does not talk about the greater complexities of the Essassani, including stuff that is very positive. For example, there are Essassani who are involved in the abduction phenomena, and there are other Essassani who are opposed to all of that. Well, we call that group of opposing Essassani the Essassani Resistance Movement. As I said, it is really complicated, and Dr. Brown will put all that complexity into perspective.
But they've also been waiting for these areas for so long. It feels like they're just kind of going, the non-human subjects are going back and forth with like disagreeing.
You need to know who the Essassani are and why they are important. Moreover, you need to know why they are here to stay. They are not going anywhere. They were not created to live somewhere out there in the universe. They are genetically engineered to live right here on Earth with us humans. And they are also very confused species, like really confused, especially those involved with the so-called abductions. The bottom line is that they need our help, and we as humans need their help. If either one of us are going to emerge from our current status as slave populations, it's really complicated. So please, let us explain it to you one step at a time. For now, to get ready for Dr. Brown's February 2022 intelligence briefing, please buy and read Dr. David Jacobs' book, They Walk Among Us. That's the homework.